Hello and welcome to the next prototype video. My name is Mike Tarkington and this video will be about user profiles on digicity.org. Political interaction has special needs that social networking tools, blogs, forums, and political info sites don't quite satisfy. This is discussed extensively in my whydigicity.org video, but I will mention a few points here to emphasize why these unique profile types and their distinctive characteristics are important for social change. Today we'll be looking at three different profile types: a regular user profile, politician profile, and an interest group profile. There are plans to create profiles for academics, news organizations, and government agencies, but I've just used three examples to keep this video simple. The main reason we have unique profile types within the site is to present different types of information based on the nature of the user. Each page is designed to highlight unique types of info about that user or group. For example, a politician profile will include info about voting records or bill sponsorships, but that info wouldn't apply to an average user or an interest group. An interest group profile will make their mission statement the forefront of their profile, while a regular user simply shares their background info. Available social networking outlets do not really cater to these distinct needs. Another reason unique types of profiles benefit political interaction is that they help us to quickly decide how we want to interact with that profile. And each type is designed to give us specialized opportunities for participation, such as expressing our feelings about a politician's vote or signing an online petition created by an interest group. We'll start by looking at my personal mock profile. As normal on SNSs, I have my avatar picture and a header photo with my name and a little quote of my choosing. Directly below that is a button that would highlight my achievements on the site. There is a simplified representation of these achievements displayed in the form of honor badges. Each badge is awarded for unique forms of participation in the site. And if we clicked the Achievements button, we'd see a page that shows our detailed progress in each badge rewards category and planned goals for how to earn the higher level badges. I will talk more about this in a future video on gamification. Ultimately, it makes the site more fun by adding some friendly competition and giving us recognition rewards for participating. It also encourages participation in the diverse set of features on digicity.org. Below the badges are a fairly standard set of buttons with a few unique twists for political engagement. Voting up a profile is a little bit unique in that it can affect the popularity of a profile in search results and add some social clout to the page. You'll see a vote count on the top right corner. The calendar button can show you my calendar so that you can see what events I plan to attend or have a saved date for. The Digital City button will show you my custom city from the DigiCity Builder game, which we'll also discuss in the gamification prototype video. The Debate button would show you a history of my debate activity, including debates I've created, as well as ones I've participated in. In the left column below, we start to see info sections about me. All of this info is displayed based on user preferences, so you can hide these boxes completely or simply exclude some of their parts. I pretty much shared everything about myself for the sake of demonstration. It also lists when I became a digital citizen and first created my account. I identify my political ideology and party affiliation, and I can list who I voted for in recent elections, assuming I lived in Springfield and was a huge supporter of the Mr. Burns campaign. If I gave likes to interest groups, news organizations, or politicians, their profiles would appear in my support section. The political issue areas I care about most would be listed based on my questionnaire answers, as we discussed in the new user experience video. One can also choose to share demographics info to help with the statistical analysis in the site. Lastly, if we want users to connect with us on other networks, we can provide links to our external profiles. The right-hand column is the equivalent to a Facebook timeline or a MySpace wall, in which posts we make, automatic activity notices, posts from contacts, etc. can all be listed. If I created a debate, earned a honor badge, posted a discussion about a news article, RSVP'd to an event, or proposed revisions to a piece of legislation, a notice would appear in my feed. Now let's turn to a politician profile. Here we meet my good friend Politician, who is a House representative from the great state of Imaginaryland, representing the fine district of Fictitiousville. Notice that Polly has less badges than I do. Immediately we can tell this is not just a regular user profile because there's a different color scheme. I was thinking some shade of purple would be ideal since it is a combination of blue and red, symbolic of our mission to develop unity across party lines. Politician profiles will be created for all members of Congress, Supreme Court justices, and the President, whether they participate on the site or not. The information we need to create their profiles is already public and shared through government databases. Ideally, they will participate and take control of their profile. It is our goal to have every elected official feel obligated to participate on the site for the sake of improved interaction with constituents, greater transparency, and encouragement of democratic participation. If they become active on their profile, they can moderate its content to some extent, but they can't adjust public info like voting records, etc. On the left-hand column, the info boxes are significantly different from my regular user profile. After employment and education, we see details about this politician. We learn that Polly is a moderate Republican. We learn her DW Nominate score, which is essentially a measure of liberalism versus conservatism that was designed by leading political scientists. We see that she has a geographical location with a map. We see her motto, campaign funding sources, as well as previous positions in public service. We also have links to her campaign site and official site. The next box would include the official short biography provided directly from the Congressional Biography site. Then we see voting trend info and recent votes on specific legislation. Each vote notice comes with a link to the original text of the legislation, and if the politician provided one, an explanation statement of why they voted the way they did. We also see notices about their sponsored legislation, with links to the bills, dates of introduction, and predictions about odds of passage. Another box gives us links to news items involving this politician. The rest of the info boxes are just like that of a regular user profile, with supported groups, listed issues of focus, demographics, and links to her other network profiles. A politician's feed in the right-hand column would function differently from a regular user because it would include automated notifications for items unique to politicians, such as voting info and news appearances. However, for the most part, if they take control of the profile, they will be able to moderate it just like a regular user would. Otherwise, it would operate with automatic notifications and provide a space in which the public can discuss the actions of that politician. Let's wrap up by looking at one more profile type. We'll move to the interest group profile and notice again that it has a different color so that we can quickly tell it is an interest group. The first difference is that there's a join button where users can request to be added to this interest group. The group can set their own admissions process. The first info box on the left is not about employment because this profile is not for an individual. Instead, it is a mission statement for the group. This is followed by a section providing background info about the group. Its ideology, affiliation, location, leaders, motto, sources of funding, total number of members, and a link to their official site are all included. If they have a video promoting their group, it would be linked as well. Access links to popular debates related to the issues this group works on could be provided. We could view legislation regarding the issue the group focuses on. We can get a snapshot of recent events the group has on their calendar, and view related groups who focus on similar issues, whether they're in agreement or opposed. Like the other profile types, there's a list of issue priorities as well as connections to their other network profiles. Their feed would function very similarly to that of a regular DigiCity user. Having reviewed these prototypes, we can see how powerful niche social networking profiles can be for giving us tools to become more empowered and active citizens. To wrap up this video, I want to thank you for staying tuned. I hope you are as excited about some of these features as I am, and that you're interested in learning more and watching the upcoming videos. To support us, visit digicity.org and subscribe to the blog. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and check out the next prototype preview video for debates on digicity.org.